Because I am a woman and thus I see greatness within me and others of my gender, I like to think that sometimes just because we regenerate every month, we're like some sort of superhuman. But I believe that spiritual self in the spiritual realm where it belongs, because all too often these ideas of our spiritual self become our reality. Some of us feel like we should be exalted and held up to some sort of high esteem, playing out the fantasy roles of kings and queens and gods and goddesses, lifting ourselves out of the drudgery of reality to a place where we reign supreme in our own heads. We erect shrines to dead people and deities, walk around with gems on our foreheads and rocks on our arms, and pretending to be sacred and divine beings who just need your $500 in order to make you sacred and divine too. They walk around saying that you too can be divine by throwing flower water on a rock and howling at a moon and spilling blood on some sheets and hanging it from the rafters as the sun comes up on the 9th day of the 9th month, because this, my friends, will change everything. But what hasn't changed? For all the spells and magic and African traditional wisdom and deities and gods, what hasn't changed? Because a traditional healer in the path of progress will get ran over by a 5-ton machine that will turn sacred trees into tires for fast cars. And women, the same divine women, can get raped or shot in the back of the head while asking for help. And all the temples get torn apart when the people are no longer alive to revere them. And your sacred and divine amulets become art from museums after being gifted from white people's personal collections. And as you mind your business in the haze of incense smoke and candlelight, bear witness to black gods getting their heads busted open on the streets by white men with guns because they jumped a $2.50 turnstile. What has your godhood and goddess-like done to change this? What has your prayer done for you except soothe your soul as you hand over your $1,000 seed money to your TV evangelist charged on your MasterCard and Visa so that you can get that back in reward someday? And before some of you cite examples of Africans who integrated spiritual with actual warfare, please understand that it is the actual warfare that actually changed conditions. Guns in hand, running up on a motherfucker that's oppressing you and taking your freedom changed conditions. Not a spiritual system which for many becomes a way to deal with conditions instead of overturning them. It is a warm, soft bosom that will open its arms to you in poverty and emotional desperation. It will help you live quite happily in ethereal bliss as material world crumbles around you. But the only thing that will stop villages of sacred and divine women from having bamboo shoots rammed up their vaginas is to arm them, teach them strategies so that if 30 men come looking for trouble, they can push them back. Not with a prayer or magic, but with a bullet or a machete winging by a motherfucker's ear. Because that's real. You know what else is real? Organizing for powers that you can protect what's yours. That's real. Realness is the dirt, it's the trees, it's the blackness of your ass, and it is until it isn't. See, it's okay to be spiritual, but don't you dare make that the answer for your material, actual conditions. And please don't mistake my stance on this as an attempt to denounce spiritualism, because I know a lot of y'all Africans love that. Because I believe that there's a spiritual world too. I've seen them, I've felt them. I have an altar to my ancestors. I have a box of oils, thrones, and herbs and candles for my spiritual work. I studied Ifa and Vodun. I will do a ritual if my energy is right, and I will call on the God spirit and every deity that I can remember to help me get through something emotionally. But I will not attempt to fight a gun or a knife with a spell, because this, my friends, is not television. And shit don't work like that. I do not believe that magic or prayer will end oppression. If that was the case, we would have been free a long ass time ago. And yes, you can blend the two together if you want to, but trust and believe that it will be the physical actions that will change physical environment, and it's your spiritual work that will shape your spiritual